Hey guys, I'm Adam. Cheyenne is up the road with our daughter Addison, and our channel's Adventures Are Us. This is day 6 after the major flooding we've had here in British Columbia. Our town alone, Hope, BC, experienced over 250 millimeters of rain in 48 hours. That's more in 2 days than we do usually in a rainy month here in the fall. And given the warm temperatures, it also melted the snow melt up in the mountains, which added to the flooding. We experienced massive flooding, landslides, fires. Many people lost their homes or homes were damaged. Our town saw an influx of over 1,000 people. 700 of those were sleeping at our local high school. Over 200 were sleeping at one of our churches. And the rest of the people were either camped out in their vehicles. Some were lucky enough to have RVs. And some great residents of Hope opened their doors and welcoming in these complete strangers into their homes. We lost our power for about 24 hours, which all things considering isn't that bad. Our daughter Addison volunteered at the school and serving hot meals to everyone stranded. The highway opened up 3 days later, temporarily, Highway 7, to let the stranded people out of our town because they were worried about our food and gas supply. So we're currently walking down the KVR, the Kettle Valley Railroad. And we're on our way to Othello Tunnels. Othello Tunnels is an extremely important part in the tourism in Hope, British Columbia. On a good day in the summertime, over 1,000 people will go to see the tunnels. And unfortunately, with this amount of flooding we've had, has just basically destroyed the tunnels. With COVID last year, they weren't open. And the year before that, they were closed just due to some damage. The tunnels were constructed in 1916 and are a beautiful place to visit. It's one of our favorite places to go, just for an afternoon walk. When any friends or family come, that's probably one of the first places we take them. So, seeing that we can't travel right now, we're kind of limited to where we can go. And with restrictions on gas, that's going to make it harder too, because gas stations are closing all over British Columbia and running out of fuel. We're going to take you guys to the tunnels and show you the devastation and the condition that they're in. We've gone here once already before to check them out, and they're extremely bad. I have a feeling that they're not going to be open after this. And if they are, it won't be for a long, long time. So we're going to keep walking on the trail. We have probably about a 3 to 4 kilometer walk to get to it. And we'll see you guys when we get there. So we're here at the first tunnel. We're coming from the opposite direction that most people would be. We're coming from the trail from Hope, so we're going to be kind of going through these backwards. This is the first slide over here. The corner of the tunnel is really close to starting to erode away here. As you can see, that's all new right here. You can see the corner of it is basically floating. So we'll get on through the tunnel and then we'll show you guys the other side. So we're in the first tunnel. This one didn't suffer any damage. Sorry for probably the slight shaking of the camera. I forgot our gimbal. Show you guys. This is a massive train tunnel, so the lighting's definitely going to be a little bit, or not as good as it would be in a mine. It's probably about 20 feet wide and probably 40-50 feet high. We're coming up to our first trestle, and this one has suffered no damage. This is just an incredible area. So beautiful. And pretty amazing that they were able to actually build these tunnels. I think this is one of the most narrow sections of the Coquihalla River. So it would make sense that the water would just pool up here. Show you a little bit of the geology in here. There are some quartz veins kind of throughout. A little bit of mineralization, as you guys can see there. There's a little bit of a vein right up top there. This railway operated from 1916 to 1961 and then was abandoned because of a slide that covered the tracks. This is all pretty much original concrete supports, which is pretty incredible. Here's another kind of view of the river. And here is the beginning of the destruction. That's all wood from the river. Shows how high it was. Down here, that's a hull of a boat. You see, we're just down from a campground on the Othello Tunnel road, and it got hit extremely hard. You guys will see a lot of debris from their trailers. Now this is safe to walk on, because in the summertime there'd be hundreds and hundreds of people here. So this little bit of river debris is not heavy enough. So we'll climb up and over this pile of debris, and we'll show you what's on the other side. This is one of the info signs that was on the trail. Completely ripped off its post. Here's some of the men that worked on the tunnel. And this was also the amazing part too, and how they constructed them and worked here, building makeshift bridges along the side. That's surveying in the Coquihalla Canyon Tunnel, number 13. That's an original picture with the tracks. You guys can pause the video if you like to read this. Fortunately, this stone wall has been completely torn apart. Ground is just completely gone here. The water pushed these massive cinder blocks down. You can see that's the bottom of an RV, because that's their plumbing there, the black sewage pipe. That's part of the fencing over there. Completely gone. That's like a sheer vertical wall. So we'll get across this sketchy section here and see you guys in the last tunnel. Here's an RV door or a cupboard. This looks like a new shower curtain. And then this tunnel was hit really bad. It was basically, the river washed right down to where they stopped blasting, you'll be able to see how much gravel has been washed away. All this is usually covered in a gravel, probably about a foot deep. More pieces of people's trailers and in fact, the water was up this high is insane. There must have been a really bad log jam that was causing a backup in the water. So that's how high the main road was through here that they built up from the original tracks. Easily over a foot. Very soft sand. With the landslide, oh, there's a little fish. A little fish was washed up here. Wow. But what I was looking at originally is all this new ground has exposed some pretty interesting material. Lots of pyrite in the rock here. See some of the original anchor bolts. When we first came through here, you could see some old railroad spikes, and they would have been completely covered by about a foot of gravel. This is all solid rock here. This is where they would have blasted down till or to. From what we can tell, the water, you would think it would come through this way, but from where I just came in, the water was flowing this way, because up here was another gate, and the gate is blown open the opposite direction, making it look like the water flowed in this direction here. Oh, there's a railroad spike. A lot of that stuff could have just been washed away and will never be seen again. We're coming up to some of the original water line. I'm not so sure why it would be here, but maybe it's when they were drilling and they just left it. The Othello Tunnels became a provincial park, I believe, in the late 80s. So a lot of these rail spikes and that water pipe haven't been seen since then. But we're coming out. These are some of the original wood timbers they installed. Yeah, what it kind of looks like is like a little bit of a whirlpool happened through here. As part of the gate is going the other way, these bricks are obviously pushed in. But we're through the last tunnel. And now this trail would take you to the parking lot. There's part of the fencing there. This is a very relaxing place to be. Very beautiful and just kind of surreal. There's so much debris. Massive trees fell down the mountain. Stiffly over my head. But I'm gonna launch the drone up, guys, and just kind of show you an aerial view of just how bad it is. So now that we got the drone up in the air, what you guys are seeing is the main trail that goes to the parking lot. That forest was completely underwater, and the houses along the road there were unfortunately damaged by the flood. We'll throw in some drone footage from the other day of the Othello Tunnel road that goes out to the highway, and it is just completely gone. It's eroding away and daily more and more. So much is gone, I don't even know if they're gonna even reopen that road. Currently, the RVs that are left over there, they can't, or they have no access to get to them right now currently. And they're really worried about if they're going to be able to and get their homes out before the rest of the river either washes them away or just makes it so hard that they just don't repair the road. Seeing that we're almost midway through November, this area gets quite a bit of snow, which will just hamper the efforts. Well guys, that's our video for today. I know it's not our typical content, but this place is extremely important to us, and it's something that we wanted to share with all of you. So thank you for coming along. Don't forget to have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.